Welcome to Choice Compass. Okay, so you're looking at AI assistants, and two names keep popping up, OpenClaw and Claude Code. They both promise to change your life, right? But here's the thing, they couldn't be more different. Picking the wrong one isn't just a hassle, it can be a huge mistake. So let's break it down and figure out which one is actually the right fit for you.
I mean, the AI agent revolution is definitely here. It feels like every day there's a new tool that can book your flights, manage your calendar, or even write your code for you. But with all that noise, how do you know which tool to actually trust with your work, with your productivity? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the big ideas behind these tools. Then, we'll meet the contenders, put them head-to-head in a 4-point showdown, and wrap it all up by helping you make your final choice. Simple as that.
All right, first up, you gotta understand this one key thing. Even though both of these tools can use the same brain, the Claude AI model, they are built on completely different philosophies. Seriously, don't think of them as competitors. Think of them as two totally different tools for two totally different jobs.
And you know, this quote from tech analyst Hugo Wong just nails it. OpenClaw runs your life, but Claude Code builds your software. That's it right there. One is your personal assistant for everything, the other is a specialist for building code. Let's keep that idea in our back pocket as we go.
Okay, so let's properly meet these two. And we've got to start with the one that basically broke the internet for a while. The one that got everyone buzzing about this idea of a life OS, OpenClaw. So what is OpenClaw? Well, picture this. You have your own AI assistant running on a computer in your house, and you can just text it from WhatsApp, from Telegram, whatever. You can tell it to manage your to-do list, pull data from a website, or even organize files on your computer. It's really meant to be this always-on operating system for your entire life.
Now, Claude's Code, totally different beast. This thing is a scalpel, a precision tool. It's an official tool from Anthropic, and it lives right where coders live, inside their terminal or their code editor. Its one and only job is to help you build, fix, and manage software. That's it, pure focus.
This is probably the best way to picture the difference. OpenClaw is like buying a fully assembled car. It's ready to go. The whole system is built for you. You get in and drive. Now, you can change the tires, maybe swap the AI model, but the car is still a car. Claude Code, on the other hand, it doesn't give you a car. It gives you a ridiculously powerful engine, and it's on you, the developer, to build the entire car around that engine.
All right, we know who they are. Now let's put them in the ring. First round, setup and ease of use. And let me tell you, this is where you're going to see a night and day difference right off the bat.
Wow, okay. The difference here is just stark. Look at this. Claude Code, you type one line into your computer and boom, you're done. You are literally using it in minutes. OpenClaw, oh boy, it's a whole project. You need to do this complex setup, and you really need to put it on its own separate computer for security. We'll get to why later. The learning curve isn't just steep, it's a sheer cliff face.
Okay, next up, speed and performance. Once you get them running, what are they actually good at? This really gets to the heart of what they were designed for.
Claude Code is a specialist, a master craftsman. Its sweet spot is those really deep, gnarly coding problems, like rewriting a huge chunk of code or finding a bug that's been driving you crazy. And it's sandboxed, which is super important, meaning it stays safely inside whatever project folder you tell it to work in. OpenClaw is the total opposite. It's a generalist. It's great for automating your life, scheduling stuff, organizing files, precisely because it has access to your entire computer. See the trade-off?
Okay, stop. We have to talk about security. And honestly, if you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. This is, without a doubt, the most critical difference between these two tools, and you absolutely need to understand the risks.
This right here says it all. Claude Code is sandboxed. It's SOC 2 compliant. That's a big deal security certification for businesses. It's like giving an AI the keys to your workshop. It can build amazing things in there, but it can't come into your house. OpenClaw, by its very design, needs full access to the whole computer. That's not the keys to the workshop. That's the keys to your entire house. Your files, your passwords, your private data, everything. The risk level is just, it's not even in the same league. It's extremely high.
And look, I want to be crystal clear, this isn't some theoretical what-if scenario. These are documented real-world security holes. Researchers found a critical vulnerability where a hacker could take over your entire system with just one bad link. A simple text message could be manipulated to give an attacker full control. We're talking access to your bank accounts, your private photos, everything on that machine. On top of that, a supply chain attack found that hundreds of community-made add-ons, called skills, were secretly loaded with backdoors and info-stealing malware. This is serious stuff.
All right, let's talk money, the bottom line. How much is this all going to cost you? And this is another one of those areas where people often get tripped up.
So here's the deal. The OpenClaw software, it's free, open source, awesome. But, and this is a huge but, the AI brain that makes it work is not free. You have to pay for API access, and those bills can get really high, really fast. And here's the absolute kicker, the thing most people miss. You cannot use your normal $20 a month Claude Pro plan with OpenClaw. It doesn't work. You are forced to use the expensive pay-as-you-go API. Claude Code, on the other hand, is just a simple flat-rate subscription. You know exactly what you're paying every month. No surprises.
Okay, so we've hit on setup, performance, security, and cost. That's the whole shebang. So let's wrap this up and figure out which one of these is your perfect AI partner. So let's be real. Who should actually choose OpenClaw? This is for the hardcore tech enthusiast, the power user who wants that LifeOS dream and can access it from anywhere. But you have to be okay with a really complicated setup. And more than that, you need the technical chops to lock it down and manage those huge security risks we talked about. This is absolutely not for beginners.
And what about Claude Code? Well, this one's easy. If you're a software developer or an engineer, this is your tool, period. If your job is building software and you need something secure, reliable, efficient, and that just works the second you install it, Claude Code is without a doubt the one you want.
You know, when you get right down to it, this choice isn't just about two tools. It kind of reflects a bigger question for the future of AI. Are we moving toward one single do-it-all agent? Or are we going to have a whole toolbox of specialized AI agents, each one a master of its own craft? It's a really interesting question to chew on as all this stuff keeps getting more powerful. We break down every option A versus option B scenario by comparing practical features against creative solutions. Our mission is to provide clarity, helping you save time and money. Subscribe to Choice Compass and transform every difficult dilemma into a clear, confident choice. See you next time.